Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to build a listing website. So with this solution, you'll be able to run a classified ads website, a car directory, a travel directory, a marketplace of services, etc, etc. So what I'm going to show you today basically is a fully multi-purpose solution, and the best part, it's free. So we're going to use a free theme called Listing Hive, and it comes with over 15 free and premium extensions as well. And of course, I'm also going to show you how to make money from this website as well. Okay, so let's do it. Okay guys, so for this we're going to use Hivepress.io again. As you can see, you can build marketplaces, directories, and classifieds with WordPress. So let's have a look at the themes that they have. So we have Expert Hive, Task Hive, and Rental Hive. So Expert Hive, Task Hive is to build a website like Freelancer or Fiverr, Fiverr.com. So I've covered that already in a past video. Have a look on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to have a look anyways. And Rental Hive as well, how to create a rental marketplace. Again, I've produced a video about this. I'll leave a link in the description below. But today we're going to address this one here, Listing Hive. So this one is totally free, 100% free. So if you click on this, as you can see, Listing Hive, a lightweight, clean and modern WordPress theme that allows you to build any type of directory. And this is very important, you know, any type of directory and listing website in next to no time. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you now. So to download it is very simple. Click on this. And as you can see, it's part of the WordPress repo. So all we have to do is just basically is to copy this, or you can download it all together. Click on download, save it somewhere on your hard drive, click save, and then yes. So there you go. So either way works absolutely fine, you know. So we can close this now. And now we're going to go to our WordPress dashboard. So let's close this. So there you go. Now welcome to our WordPress dashboard. And as you can see, we start afresh with a fresh new installation. So we have no plugins, and we have only the 2021 theme installed at the moment. So let's have a quick look at what our website looks like. So as you can see, it's very basic. As I said, this is the default WordPress theme. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the theme now. So add new. And from here, we can either upload the theme by clicking this button here, or we can search for it. So if you type in Listing Hive right here in the search box, you will find it here. So it's showing up here, so it's probably the easiest solution of all. As you can see, if you hover on top, all we have to do now is to click install. Very good. And now click activate. So that's it. Now it's installed and activated. And as you can see here on top, we have a small message that says, this theme recommends the following plugin. So we need to install Hivepress now, okay? So let's click on begin installing plugin. And there it is. Okay, so let's click install. There you go, all done already. And now we need to activate it. So let's go back and let's click activate. Okay, very good. And now we need to refresh our page here. So if we go to dashboard, just like this, as you can see now we have an extra tab in our menu section called Hivepress, with all the settings, etc, etc. So this is what we're going to use, all these settings here to configure and customize our website. So let's have a quick look at the front end now. If we refresh, as you can see, all the structure is already there. We have add listing, my account, sample, and all that, but there is no content yet. So what we're going to do now is to import the demo content, and then I'm going to show you how you can change and tweak your website around to fit your own purposes. So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to plugins, add new, and we're going to search for one click. It's called one click import. There you go. This is the one here, right there. And as you can see, over 1 million active installation. So extremely good. So let's click install. There you go. And now we need to activate it. That's it. So now we'll be able to import the demo content. And for this, we're going to go to appearance. And as you can see, we have an additional tab that says import demo data. Click on this. And we have a small warning here, a message on top that says, if you want to start the Listing Hive demo content, please follow this screencast here to import it. So we have to click on this first. And it's going to bring us to this section. And we have to download. You see here, this link, it says demo content file. Click on this. Save that onto your hard drive. Okay, and once you have this, we can then go back to this section here. So the file we just downloaded is an archive file, so you have to extract it first, okay? So once you have it extracted, you can go into this section here, import content. And this is where you're going to select the XML file, so XML as you can see here, okay? So let's click on select a file, and I've extracted the file already, so you'll have a subfolder like this one. Very good. And this is the file content.xml. You have to select this one, okay? So let's click open. And let's click on, let me hide myself here. So let's click on continue and import. There you go. So now it's doing its stuff, you know, it's going to do its magic. It's going to start importing all the content. So it's going to take a little while, as you can see. Please sit tight while we import your content. Do not refresh the page or hit the back button. So just be patient, let it do its thing, you know. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause the video and I'll meet you guys again when it's completed. Okay, so there it is, import complete. So let's have a quick look at the website now. So let's refresh our homepage. And there you go, as you can see, everything has been imported. So if we click on home now, there you go. As you can see, we have hero section here, find everything you need, the search box, and then the top categories, recent listings, etc, in our footer section as well, you know. Okay, so now let me show you how we can customize our homepage, etc, etc. Okay, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to make sure that our homepage is assigned, and for this we go into settings, reading, and as you can see we have static page. We tick this and then select the homepage as our homepage. So let's click save changes. And basically what this will do is if we click on this logo, it will always bring us back to the home page. So this is step number one. And now we can take care of the nitty-gritty and build the main structure of our website. As you can see, we have three tabs here by the side. We have Hivepress, we have listings and vendors. So what we need to do first is to create our listing, create all the different categories and attributes, and then we can add to our listings. And then we can set up our vendors, and finally check out all the settings and make sure all the settings are fine for Hivepress, generally speaking, globally on this website. Okay, so let's discover the listings section first. So let's open this, and here is where all your ads will be listed up. So we have the title, we have the vendor, we have the categories, and the date and time when it was published. So these are all the ads basically. So before we can add a new advert, you have to create categories and attributes. So this is basically the main structure of your website. So depending on the type of project that you want to build, you will have to create categories and attributes first. Okay, so let me show you the categories first. So at the moment we have for sale, real estate and services. Now again, depending on the type of website that you're going to build, the type of directory or listing website, you might have different set of categories and type of subcategories as well. So let me show you just, let's say if you wanted to advertise everything that's got to do with electronics. So we're going to type here electronics. Okay, can you just add new? There you go. Now we have a new category. Now you might want to break this down in subcategories. So let's say maybe you would have laptops, and then you can select electronics as your parent category. So this is the main category and then subcategory. Okay, so let's add this. Now, as you can see, we have electronics as the main category, and then we have laptops, and then we could have mobile phones, and maybe let's say sound system. Okay, I'm just going to add 3 here just to show you how it works. So this is basically how you can create your categories and subcategories. So it's very easy and very intuitive, as you can see. Now let's go to this website here. And as you can see on our homepage, we have the top categories here. We have real estate, services, and for sale. So real estate, we have a picture here, another picture here, and so on. So if you go back here, if I open real estate, I click on this. As you can see, this is the picture here. As you can see, a bit of clothing, a cloth hanger, and the plant. And this is the one here, okay? So we can do the same with our own categories that we just created. So if we have electronics here, we could add a picture if we wanted to. So all we have to do is just click on it, select image, and then all we have to do is to select file. So you can either select a file, upload a new file, or select from your media library. So perhaps you already have a file uploaded that you want to select. Either way would work fine. So just for example here, we're going to upload our own file. So let's select, and I've created a picture here already. So I have that ready. So let's upload, and then all we have to do is click select image, and there you go. Now we have our image uploaded. So if you scroll down, as you can see, this is our picture. Now we can update. So let's go back to our home page and let's refresh. Very good. Now if you scroll down, as you can see, we have real estate electronics, and this is our picture. So this is how easy it is to actually change your categories and add pictures and images as a background. So as you can see, it looks very, very professional. Now let me mention something. So if we go back here, we go back to images. I'm going to select this. As you can see, that image is 1600 by 2133 pixels. So this is the default size that comes with this theme. So it's really up to you. You don't have to use that size, but make sure that all the pictures are the same size, basically the same ratio. So this is very important. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit wonky. You might have a big one and then a shorter one and then a longer one and so on. Okay. And then you're going to end up with a staggered layout, which is not going to look very professional. So make sure that all the images have the same size and same ratio. Okay. Very good. Now, something else I'd like to mention immediately is that, as you can see, we have 3 categories here. So real estate, electronics, and services. You can obviously display more than that. You can display 6 if you wanted to, or even 9, as many as you want. But I'll show you that later in this tutorial, how to do that when we edit the home page. Okay. So now let's go back to our categories. So as you can see, electronics, and then underneath we have laptop, mobile phone, sound system, and you can do the same with all of these. Obviously, you can add a picture as well. Okay, so that's basically it now for everything that's related to categories. Okay, very good. So next we have the attributes. So what's the difference between attributes and categories? Okay, so to answer this, let me go to the front end here and show you. So these are our categories. Okay, so we have real estate. If I click on this, by the side here, we have a filter feature. We can filter things. We can narrow our searches and look for specific types of item and narrow down the searches. Okay, so as you can see, we have square footage, we have type, we have rent, etc, etc, and these are customizable. You can add as many as you want and customize them the way you want all together. Okay, so if you go back here, as you can see, we have rent, we have type, and we have square footage, which is the exact same as this filter section here. Okay, so how does that work? So let's go and have a look at type. Type, we have 3 different types. We have types with apartment, we have house, we have room. Okay, so if we click on type here, so from here you can configure everything related to the attribute type. So we have the editing section, we have the search section, and we have the display section for our front end. Okay, so from the editing section here, we can add the different options. So as you can see here, we have the type is apartment, house, and room. So where is this now? It's right here. You can see options. If you click on this, you can have all the different options related to that attribute specifically. Okay, so this is how it works. Now let's create a new one all together. So we're going to create a new one. So let's add new and let's give it a title. So let's continue with the idea that you're selling electronics. Okay, so let's say you want to know what's the condition of the item. So we have condition, and then we're going to select here allow front editing and field type. So we're going to give them a few different options. So this could be a checkbox. So a checkbox, basically you have different options. You can select multiple options, or you could have a radio button. So you can only select one of the options. So maybe here we're going to go with checkboxes. Okay. And you want this to be searchable, indexable, and sortable as well. Okay. So very simple so far. Now we need to add it to create an icon for it. So we set condition. So we could select something, maybe, let's say maybe a box or something like that, you know, but feel free to select any item you like. So I'm just going to go with the box for now, just to show you how it works. Okay. And then with the categories, in which categories do you want to show this and do you want this to apply to? So we have electronics. Let's have select laptops as well, mobile phones and sound system, and let's publish. So you have to publish first and save it basically before we can add the options. And now we have the additional button here, edit options, and now we can add our options. So let's click on this. And from here we can add all the options. So let's say maybe new. We could have secondhand, We could have refurbished and maybe as well 4 parts. Okay, let's say all together. So this would be about the usual when you're selling electronics. Okay, very good. So we have all our options now set up, and now we can go back to our attributes, and we need to set up one more thing in the front end. How do you want to display this? So let's say checkboxes as well. This would be absolutely fine. Okay, so let's update. And now if we go back to our front end, so let's go back to the home page and let's go to the section real estate. Now in the section real estate, you have rent, type, square footage. So we don't have condition here. So let's go back to our home page and let's select the electronics section now. And as you can see here, now we have our breakdown, our filter here immediately on the side with conditions. So we can select, for instance, secondhand and for parts, let's say, okay? And then if you were to click on filter, it would only display the ads that match those criteria. So as you can see, it's absolutely amazing and super easy to create and build a listing and a directory and narrow down those searches based on your own personal requirements. And this will be absolutely fantastic for your visitors, you know? Okay, so let's go back to our backend here. And again, I can't emphasize enough how practical and how well thought out this plugin is, because to be honest, as you can see, this feature here, this attribute is only visible in this category electronics like we just demonstrated here. It will not show up in for sale or real estate or services, which means that you can create different set of filters, different sets of attributes based on all the different sections and different categories that you have on your website. So again, guys, this is absolutely amazing on its own, isn't it? Okay, so next, let's go to our listing now. So this is basically where all your ads will be listed up all together, and you can create some yourself. So you can add a new one. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It's pretty straightforward, this section, you know. Now let's just edit one of them. So we're all going to open this one. So what do we have? Well, we have the title, we have the description here, and by the side, as always, we have the usual. You can select your category, you can select the type, and you can have your featured image. So on the top here, as you can see, if you go back on categories, you don't always have to go into categories here and create it. If you wanted to, you can add a category straight from here. So how does that work? Very simply. So let's add one into electronics. So let's say we had laptops, mobile phones, and sound system. So let's add a new one. So let's say tablets, okay? And we're going to put this underneath electronics, and we can add. And just like this, as you can see, we now have tablets as part of the electronics section. Very simple, isn't it? And it's the same with type. So if you wanted to add a new type, you can add it immediately from here. Now, bear in mind that from here, you won't be able to add those additional features and options. You still have to create from here. But regardless, you can have a quick shortcut and do it straight from here. Okay, then after this, what do we have? Well, basically, we have all the different settings here. So you have the vendor. So who is selling this item? So as you can see, we have Brian Peterson here. So I'm going to show you in a minute how to create vendors as well and create new attributes for them as well. So very, very important again, obviously, because this is a directory. It's like a marketplace, basically, you know, where anyone can log in and create a new listing, and you can monetize that as well, of course. So you can mark the listing as verified. So you could charge money for this as well. And you can mark it as featured, you know. And if it's featured, you can set dates as well. So from, to, and this is really up to you. Again, this is just an option. Now we have the main picture here. So this is the featured image. But you also can add additional images, so like a gallery. So if you wanted to add more images, all you have to do is select images and add them to the listing, okay? And then we have the attributes here. So each and every product can have different sets of attributes. So this is basically in the section room, which is in the real estate section. So these attributes are matching this type of listing. So you can add the price, the rent, obviously, you know, and the square footage as well. So again, those attributes will be based on the type of categories, okay? So let me show you again, let me demonstrate this. So if we were to change this from real estate to electronic, and let's say laptop. Let's update. Now if I scroll down the page, as you can see, those attributes are not there anymore because they are not matching the type of category. So again, this is a very intelligent script, a very intelligent plugin, you know, because based on the type of categories that you will have the attributes matching this type of category, which will help you with displaying the listing and also for the search features. Okay, so very, very well thought out again. So let me change this back to real estate and update. And again, as you can see, now we have those attributes. Okay, so this is basically how it works. This is how you can create your listings and create all these different ads and publish them on your website. Okay, so now vendors, another important part of the website. So who are vendors? Well, basically these are your website users. So those who will go on your visitors, basically, who will upload ads on your website. So this could be subscribers, this could be resellers, could be anything. Basically, they had to coin a name, put a name, obviously vendors, because this is such a multi-purpose solution that you could be using it for any type of industry, obviously. No, so these are your vendors. So how does this work now? We have the vendors and we have the attributes. So as you can clearly see, we have one vendor here. But before we go into this, let me show you the attributes again. So let's set this up first. Okay, so let's go back to our example of real estate. So we have the real estate section here. So obviously anyone who's going to upload ads and listing in the real estate section could either be, let's say, a broker, an agent, or maybe a realtor. Okay, so we could break this down in different sections because when you're looking for property, you might be looking maybe for the owner themselves selling it. You could be looking for an agent, might be looking for maybe a broker, whichever way, you know. So this is where we can create different attributes. And again, the purpose of creating attributes is to help your visitors narrow down their searches and find exactly what they want. Okay, so let's create a new one here and let's call this a license type. Okay, so this one will be editable from the front end. And let's say maybe radio button this time. Display, index, sortable, radio button again. And we're going to select an icon. So let's select maybe house or building. There you go. Let's select this one here, for instance. Okay. And now we can save this, publish. And now we can add our different options. Remember, we did that the same way with the listings. So let's add new. So let's add, for instance, we would have the developer, we would have an agent, and we would have a broker. Okay, so this would be normally all the different types. And let's add realtor as well, just in case. Okay, so very good. So we have everything here. Okay, now if we go back to attributes, as you can see, we have our license type and that has been created. So now if we go to our vendor here, we have Brian Peterson. We can edit his profile now. And as you can see by the side here, we have the license type. So which type of license has Brian Peterson? So let's say Brian Peterson, he's an agent, let's say. Okay, let's click update. Very good. So now if we go into the front end now again, as you can see, we have a real estate section here. If we click on this, and then we can select any of those listings. And as you can see, this is Brian Peterson himself, and he's an agent, okay? And if you click on his profile, we can see his whole page. So all the listings that Brian has uploaded. And as you can see, he's an agent. Now I'm going to show you how to create a vendors page all together. We can list all the vendors and you can narrow down your searches based on types, or whether they're broker, agent, realtor, or developer. Okay, so let's go back here now. So we're going to go into pages. We're going to add a new page and let's call this one vendors. Okay, and then simply click publish again, and that's it. So that's done. Now we have that page done. And now we're going to go into Hivepress settings, and we're going to go into the vendors tab here. And now we're going to assign that page. And as you can see, you can select vendors. That's the one we just created. Click save changes. Very good. So now if we go back into pages and hover on top of this one, let's right click on it and open in a new tab. And this is our vendors page. There you go. So we only have one vendor, as you can see here. If you go back into vendors, we only have Brian Peterson, so he's the only one showing up here. But if you had 20 or 40 of them, they would all show up. Now we can narrow down the searches based on the license type. So let's say if I want to look for, let's say, a broker, filter, we know well that Brian Peterson is an agent, so he's not showing up. Now if I select agent, filter, there you go. Now we can see Brian is there. He's showing up because he is an agent. This is his type of license. Okay, so this is how we can add vendors, listings, link them together, create filters, and have all of this linked together as one. How amazing is that, guys? Okay guys, so now let me show you how to customize the front end of your website. So everything that's got to do with the layout and how it looks like. So I'm going to show you how to upload your own logo, how to take care of the menu section, the hero section right here, all these different elements on your homepage, including the footer as well. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. So now we go back to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to locate our pages here. So we're going to pages, all pages, and we're going to find the home page, which is right here. As you can see, this one is our front page. So if you hover on top, we have edit, quick edit, trash, and view. So let's edit this page now. Very good. So as you can see from here, we have a quick rendering of our home page. So it doesn't look exactly the same, but this is basically the structure of our home page, and we can work from here, obviously, you know. So as you can see, this is our tagline here, find everything you need. So this is what we have right there. If we scroll down, we have our categories here, and the same as that. So this is basically roughly the same as our actual home page. Okay. Now, if we click on any of those elements, as you can see, you can click on any of them and you can change the content of the text. So all you have to do is to highlight this and type in whatever it is that you want. So let's say, for instance, Los Angeles real estate. Okay, just like this. So let's click update. Let's go back to our website. Let's refresh. And just like this, we have a new tagline. And you can do the same with the one underneath. Okay, so if your main tagline and maybe a slogan underneath. So that's the way you do it. Now let's go back to our Listing Hive demo, the original one from Hivepress themselves. As you can see, we have a background picture here, which is actually very nice, isn't it? So let me show you how you can add this, because we don't have one at the moment. So let's go back to our page editor here. So now if we go into our page tab here on top, click on this. We're going to featured images, and now we can click on this rectangle that says set featured image. And now we can select any image that we want. So let's select the same one as the demo. As you can see, the size is 1600 in width by 710 pixels in height. So if you were to replace this picture with a different one, please make sure that you respect the exact same ratio and same size again, you know. Okay, so set featured, update. Let's go back to our website now. Let's refresh. And there you go. Just like that, we have our background image now. So very easy again, guys, isn't it? Okay, so let's scroll down the page a little bit. As you can see now, we have our top categories here. So 3 of them. So 3 across. So if you click on this now, we can go into block. And again, as you can see here, we can select how many columns we want to display and how many categories all together we want to show. Okay, so at the moment we have 3 of them because we have 3 columns and we limited the amount to 3. So let's go with 4 and let's select 4 in total. So now as you can see, we have real estate, electronic services, and for sale. So very nice, isn't it? Now you could change this. Maybe you could go with 2. So you have 2 across and then 2 rows all together, still 4 in total. So this is really up to you how you want to your layout to look like. So I think it looks nice like this, so we might just keep it like that. Okay, so let's click update. And our next section is the recent listings. So if we click on this, we can select our whole section here. And as you can see, we have 3 columns across and then 6 ads in total. So basically 3 across and 6 ads in total, so 2 rows all together. Okay, so we can change this. Maybe you can have 4 columns all together, and then maybe we want to display 8 ads all together. There you go. Now again, it's a matter of preferences and taste. It's really up to you how many you want to show. So let's just keep it like this for now. Let's click update once we're finished and happy with our changes. So let's have a quick look at our front end. If we refresh, as you can see, we have a background image, our tagline, search box, and now we have 4 across and the same for our listing. So I think it looks absolutely fantastic and absolutely great, doesn't it, guys? So let's go back here. Let me show you one more thing here. So as you can see here, we have the search box as well. If you click on this, if you go into the advanced section, there is not much you can do here. But if you look at the demo here, so let's have a quick look at this demo again. You see you have the keyword and the location is divided in half. So let me show you how to take care of this and how to enable that location feature. Okay, so let me show you now. So we can close this one. You have to go back to our WordPress dashboard. And for this, we need to add an additional plugin. So we're going to the plugin section, add new. And in the search box, you're going to type in Hivepress geolocation, just like this. Okay, so this is the one that we need. And this is using basically Google geolocation API. So we're going to activate this now. Very good. So this is all done already. And now we need an API from Google themselves. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. We're going to link this to our website, and then I'm going to show you how this works, how it works actually physically on the website. Okay, now what we need to do is to insert the Google Maps API. So for this, we're going to Hivepress, settings, integration, and here is the field where we have to copy and paste the Google Maps API key. Now, where do we fetch that API key? Let me show you. So for this, we go to Google Cloud Platform, and from here we need to create a new project. So if you click on this arrow here, maybe you have a few projects up and running already. You can click on this hyperlink here that says new project. So let's click on this. And now we need to give it a name. Okay, so let's call this Listing Hive. Okay, and then click create. Very simply, just like that. So it's going to take a few moments here. Very good. So now you can see we have a green tick mark and the project is completed now. Okay, it's created. So now we can click on select project, and the screen doesn't change much, to be honest, but you can see here now our new project name is Listing Hive. So now we can close this all together. So what we need to do is to activate 3 different APIs. So we need the geocoding API, we need Maps JavaScript API, and Places API. So we're going to enable these now. So we're going to click on geocoding API first. Click enable. Okay, very good. Now we need to enable another one. We need the Maps JavaScript API. So we're going to click on it here, just like that. And we're going to do the same. We're going to enable it. Very good. And then the last one is Places API. So let's enable that one as well. Again, enable. Very good. And now that our 3 APIs are enabled, as you can see here right there on top, now we can create our credentials. So let's click on credentials. And right on top here with the plus sign, so let's click on this now, create credentials. And what we need to create, what is it? It's an API key. So let's select API key. Very good. So we have this already. Now we have to restrict our key. So I have to restrict it to the HTTP, to our own URL, and those 3 APIs as well. So let me show you how to do this. So now you click on restrict key. Very good. And then here we're going to select HTTP refers website. Click on this. And now we're going to add the web address of our website. So let's go and select this. So as you can see, this is our web address itself. Don't select all the HTTPS, just the domain name itself. Okay. So we're going to add this, add an item, and we're going to add 2 small lines only. Okay. So the first line is star.yourdomainname.com/star. That's the first one. Done. And then we're going to add a new one. So star, no dot this time, your domain name immediately /star, and then done. So based on my experience, this will always work each and every time. It works every time. Okay. And now we need to restrict the key as well here. So let's click on this one. And now we need to select those 3 APIs that we enabled. So the first one was geocoding. We had maps and places. Okay. select those three and then click OK. That's all. Now we can click Save and we are ready to use our API key now. Very good. So as you can see, all clear. We have a green tick mark and now we can select our key. So select this, copy, and now we're going to paste it right there and then save. That's it. All done already. And now let's go back to our home page. So as you can see at the moment, we only have the keyword. If we refresh, there you go. Now we have keyword and location-based searches. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? So now if someone was to look, for instance, for a laptop, and then they put the location, let's say London, New York, Dublin, Paris, whatever, they'll find the exact location, the nearest to that location. Okay, so this is how easy it is. Again, very easy to do. Okay, very good. So now let me show you how to upload your own logo and then change the menu section. Okay, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to Appearance, Customize, and from here we're going to click on Site Identity, and this is where you can upload your logo. So very simply, you know, so if you don't have a logo, it will simply display the site title and the tagline. You can tweak this around here as well. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fine the way it is. It's really up to you. But if you have a logo, obviously for your own branding, it's probably better to upload a logo. So only click on Select Logo. So you can select again from your media library or upload your own file. So just for the sake of our tutorial here, since we already have one, I'm just going to select this one. And then let me show you here. After this, you can click Select and then you can skip cropping as well. There you go. And just like that, now we have our own logo displaying on our website. So click Publish and that's it. Now we can exit out of this and I'm going to show you how to change your menu section. So let me refresh very quickly. As you can see, now we have our logo here. Okay, so menu section, let me show you how to change this. So for this, we go to Appearance again, and this time Menus. Very good. And here on top, you can select the type of menu that you want to edit. So at the moment, it says Footer. Make sure you select Header, which is the main one, and click Select. Okay, in order to enable a menu section and be able to tweak it around, we need to scroll down the page and enable this as our header. So Display Location Header, click Save. And let's go back here. So at the moment you have blog, home, listing, sample page, vendor, etc. So let's refresh now. There you go. Now we have home, listings, pages, and blog, and then my account and add listing, okay? Which is basically what we have here, the exact same. So with home, listings, pages, all the subcategories, and then blog, which is the exact same. So this is our menu. So now we can tweak this around and change everything we want and add as many pages or remove any pages as we want. Okay, so if you wanted to delete a few pages, so let's click on Bulk Select and you can delete all the items that you want. So we don't need all of these together, you know, pages, don't need this. And we're going to remove, you know what, we're going to even remove blog as well. And now we can click on this link here that says remove selected items. So click on this, there you go, it's all gone now. And now we can click save all together here. Okay, and now we go back to our home page and refresh, and as you can see, all we have now is home and listings. Okay, and now we might add maybe vendors as well. Okay, so let's go back here. So how can you add a page? Very simply, so all you have to do is select the page here by the side, vendor, add to menu, and as you can see, we have vendors page as well. So if you click save, let's go back here, let's refresh, and now we're home, listings, and vendors. So if I click on listings, it will show all the different ads. If I click on vendors, it will show all the different vendors. Very neat and simple, isn't it? Okay, so this is for our logo and menu section. Now let me show you how to change the footer section. And for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, and from here, you're going to Appearance, and this time we're going to click on Widgets. Very good. So these are all the widgets that are being used on our website and displayed on it. And as you can see of the footer section here, so site footer. So if we click on this, it will reveal two blocks. So basically these are the two blocks. We have archive and categories. Okay, so these are the two blocks basically. So if you click on this and if you open that, as you can see, it's all coded. It might sound a bit of gibberish, you know, if you're not used to this type of programming language. So this is basically shortcodes and HTML coding. Now, if you don't want to use this, I'm going to show you a simple way to add blocks to your footer section without having to use these type of HTML and shortcodes. Okay, so let me show you how to do the exact same. So basically, if you go back here, you can see we have a menu section here, ideas, tips, trends, uncategorized. There's no real purpose for this at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to add an additional menu section. So as you can see here by the side, we have all the available widgets. So you can select any of them. So you could have categories, you could have custom HTML, even add an image if you wanted to, you know. And then we have navigation menu right here. So if you were to grab this one, drag and drop it, just like that, you can give it a title. So test title like this. And then we can select any menu that we want. So I'm going to just select footer, click save. And if we go back here and refresh, there you go. As you can see, this is our test title. And we have two hyperlinks here that we can click on. So basically, whatever you're going to assign this, I'm going to select header here, okay? So basically, we're going to have the same menu in the footer section as we have on top. Now, if I refresh, there you go with home, listings, and vendors. So basically, from here, you can add any menu section. And again, just like we did, you can go into the menu section, create a menu, and add as many hyperlinks as you want. And then you can link it back here in your footer section the exact same way. So let's say the first one here is archives. You might probably don't need this, you know, so I'm just going to click on this. You can easily delete that. So click on delete, and then you can add any blocks that you want. So you could have custom HTML, for instance, or text. So let's add a bit of text right on top here, just like this. Now you can call this, for instance, about us, and then you could have some description here. So it could be something like this, you know, very simple. Also click save. Very good. Now you can close this. Let's go back here and let's refresh. And there you go. Now we have a nice about us section, a few hyperlinks that is going to bring the customers directly to the different pages and different areas. So what you can do basically, if you have different, let's say, categories like these ones, you could link them directly into your footer section, making it easy, obviously, for your visitors to find what they're looking for. Okay, so that's basically it. Now we've got everything sorted, everything customized on our website. Now let's go through the whole process. So let's upload an ad as if we were actually on the website. So let's click add listing. As you can see, we have our categories here. So let's select electronics because we created this one. And now as you can see, we can select the subcategory. So let's upload, let's say, a laptop. Okay, very good. So this is our ad. So we can start by uploading a picture. So let's select this one here, open. I'm going to add a title. So I found this website here online. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay. So Control C, Control V. Now we need a location. So I'm just going to put Dublin for now. Okay. Dublin, Ireland. And this is a refurbished laptop. And we're going to fetch the description here. Okay. So Control C and Control V. Very good. Now we're going to submit the listing. Submit. There you go. So thank you. Your listing refurbished HP laptop has been submitted and will be reviewed as soon as possible. Now this is an option you can have. It can go live automatically, or you can set the option that you have to review it before it goes live. Okay. So for this, let's go back to our Hivepress settings. And if we scroll on this page, you will find this option right here. It says moderation. Manually approve new listings. Now, if you want the listing to go live automatically, you might want to untick this, obviously, you know, and then it will go live straight up. So if I click save changes now, it should be fine. Okay. Now, if you need to approve it, we go back to listings. Here is our HP laptop. And as you can see, the status is pending. So what we need to do now is to edit. And now we need to approve it. Okay. So as you can see, it says pending here. This is the current status. And now if you want it to go live, all you have to do is click publish. There you go. And now you can see status has been changed. So if we go back to listing, this now is not pending anymore. It is live indeed. So let's go back to our website. Let's go back to the home page. Let's have a look at electronics. And as you can see, this is our ad we just posted. As you can see, it says it's in Dublin, Ireland. When it's been added, if you click on it, you'll have all the details, including the maps the seller. You can see the seller as an agent and all the description and everything. So there you go, guys. Now let me show you the most interesting part of this project. Obviously, is how to monetize your website, how to make money from it. So if you go on the Hivepress website, you go into extensions. These are all the extensions available for this project. So where can you monetize and which one should you select? Okay, so we have different options. So first we have two paid options here. So you have bookings, so you could allow your users to book listings for which you can get paid, and use it as a marketplace as well. So basically you allow your users to sell listings. So if they publish something, they can get paid immediately online, and then you can charge a commission, a fee for the transaction, okay? Now, the most obvious one for this project is free as well, is the paid listing. So let me open this. So this one comes for free. This one is free, it doesn't charge you anything for this, and it's readily available on the WordPress repo. So as you can see, this one will allow you to charge users for adding, featuring, or renewing a listing. So this is the most obvious one for this project, obviously, you know. So if you wanted to install that on your website, all you have to do is to highlight this. We go back to our WordPress dashboard, go into plugins, let's add new. Let's search for plugins, and now we can install it. Now let's activate it. Very good. And now for this one to work, we need to add WooCommerce as well. So again, we're going to add a new one, and we type in WooCommerce. Okay, just like this. Okay, so this is the very first one here from WooCommerce themselves. So let's install. Very good. Now we can activate it. All right, so we can skip all these steps for now. I'm not going to cover this during this tutorial, you know. Feel free to check this out on another of my tutorials online. And now if we have a look at our listings tabs here, as you can see, we have an additional one that's called packages. So let's click on this. Very good. And here we can create the different packages, how you're going to charge people basically, okay? So let's add a new one. So the first one would be free. Let's say you offer free listings for a certain amount, maybe, okay? So you can set a limit here. So let's say maybe the first two will be free, okay? Or something like this. And then you select your category. So let's select them all for now, just maybe electronics, and then publish, okay? So now we've created our first package. Now let's add a paid version now. So for this, it's slightly different. We have to go into WooCommerce and create a new product. As you can see, with WooCommerce and the different products, let's click on all products. There you go. And now we need to create a product all together, right? Okay, so let's call this one, let's say premium. Okay. And then this is a premium version. There you go. And now we need to set this as a virtual product. So let's tick this. And now we need to put the price. So let's say maybe $20, okay? All together. Now we can save this, publish. Very good. Now we can go back to listings, packages, and now let's create our paid version, the premium version, okay? So let's click add new. So we're gonna call this premium, and then this is a premium version, okay? And now here we can select our product, WooCommerce product. So let's go and select the premium. And let's say it is $20 up to 20 ads altogether. And maybe because it is premium, you might want to mark this as featured, okay? All together. So basically you can create different packages and assign different features to them as well. So you can create a product that's called featured, a product that's called recommended, and so on, okay? So this is basically how it works. And then you can set an expiry date as well, maybe every 10 days or after 30 days or something like this. So let's select our categories once more here and let's publish. Now let me show you how this works in the front end. All right, so let's go back to our website and let's click add listing. So we're going to create a new listing in the electronics section. Let's add a laptop maybe. And now immediately from here, as you can see, we can select our package. Which package do you want? You want it to be free or premium? So basically, as you can see, you can have a longer description, obviously, but it's just to show you how it works. So let's say if I was to select by package, Now I'll be redirected to the checkout. I can fill out my details and then I can place the order. Now, because we set free as 2 ads, you can upload 2 ads for free. Now, if I've reached that limit, I will have no other choices but to select premium, as you can see, you know. So obviously you might want to put a bit of a longer description here to make it more appealing to your visitors and to know exactly why they should go for premium, okay? So this is basically, guys, how you can make money from this website. So there you go, guys. This is how you can build a listing directory type of website using only free tools. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, consider giving me a thumbs up, as this will greatly help sharing this with others here on YouTube. Okay guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.